Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds, and just got another shipment of this stuff in. I get a lot of questions asked in regards to this, and I think I have more answers these days. And yeah, I'm still fairly new to wax dipping myself. This is a bunch of paraffin and microcrystalline. I actually just realized that it's made in Canada, so this is going a really long way to make it over here to Tennessee. And we got two types right here, and let's see, I got 10 boxes, and the paraffin is like 60 pounds each, so that's 300 pounds, and then the microcrystalline is 66. So this is 60.4. This is, if you want to see where I get it, I'm going to leave the link below. It's candlemaking.com. The company's called Aztec. The product for the paraffin is this number right here. It's IGI 1260A. So that's going to be your paraffin. Let's open one of these up. And the paraffin it's more brittle, less sticky. I mean, it's not like real brittle or anything, but it's hard. But it can break a lot easier. Their stuff is more elastic, you know. So it's still nice, really nice, clean, good stuff. The thing of it is, whenever you start, you know, dipping, it's a pretty big investment if you don't have a tank. I already had one. It was a chicken scalder that we used on thousands of chickens, and we moved away from that, focused on bees more, and it had been sitting for a couple years. And I thought about wax dipping. I thought, well, you know, it's gonna be so expensive getting a tank and all that kind of stuff. And then one day I was like, hey, you idiot, you already have basically the same thing out there. So we changed a thing or two up, but it worked really good. But that's the number one expense. And the number two expense is filling the tank for the first time with this paraffin and microcrystalline, because it probably takes about, I'd say, 5 boxes or thereabouts to fill my tank. And of course, the bigger the tank is, the more it's going to take to fill. Now that I've already made that investment, all of this right here is cheddar or wax, well, you know, whatever you want to slice it. That's stupid. Anyways, so I'm just going to be able to drop probably 2 or 3 of these in there. Now I always alternate. Like if I need 2, then I'm going to do a paraffin and then a microcrystalline. Let's get one of those microcrystallines, compare the difference. And then if I'm only doing one at a time, I try to do really good about, you know, paraffin one time. What was that? You just sneeze? Laurel lost combustion. We're gonna keep that, right?
No.
That's a blooper. We gotta keep that for the blooper. Alright. So yeah, this is the microcrystalline. It is 66 pounds, and it is 5715A, and I think it also has an IGI in front of it. At least I seem to remember that on the website. But anyways, you can easily find those two. You don't have to get this large of a quantity. There is a little bit of a discount if you do, and you can kind of see it's not as smooth. It's got these lines through it. It's tacky filling. It's gummy. And it's really interesting. So you stick the knife into this. It's much easier to sink into. But again, when you try to bend this, it will bend quite a bit before breaking. It's very elastic. This stuff right here, it bends just a little bit and then it breaks. And the reason we're using both of them, I mean, you don't have to. There's some people that just use regular paraffin and they paint over it. I've heard from folks that have more experience than I do, and I've researched it a little bit myself as well, that on the atomic level there's a pretty big difference between the two of these, and this is single chained and this is multi-chained, and when that heat is created, the wood gets so hot, and that heat is in there, it expels a lot of the air, expels a lot of the moisture, and a vacuum's created, and both of these are going in there. The paraffin over time is a little bit more prone to not staying in the wood long term quite as good by itself. That's why people either use resin or whatever. I've never tried that method, but microcrystalline really helps keep it bonded into the wood, and I found that to work so far very, very well with my equipment. And as long as there's not excess like dripped onto the wood, it's actually pretty dry feeling. You can't feel it like this where you can actually scrape it up underneath your fingernails or something like that. But now that we've got all of this wax, boy, that's going to be fun to clean off. Whoops. That's why you don't do that to your nice knives. Another thing that's a little problem with the microcrystalline, this is the fact that it can be a little difficult to get off, and man, that's just sticky to the fingers. Let's see if I can break this. See how that wants to bend so much? Look at that. Now it's fixing to break here in a second. See how that didn't really want to break that much? It just came off like that. That's a very different attribute compared to the paraffin that we're fixing to have. Man, I got that dirty just with my pants. I've been working outside today. I've had a couple people, wow, look at that. It's pretty hot. I've had a lot of people comment though, why don't dress up nicer for the videos? Because those nice clothes will only last like a couple times in the bee yard. I don't know how many times my mom back when I was a kid get so frustrated because I'd ruin my new pair of jeans. Bee glue, oh my goodness, bee glue gets all over everything. And sub and syrup. See how that doesn't really want to bend? Ah, that felt good. Yeah, is that manly, Laurel? Do you want me to break another one? Anyways, so you can see there's a big difference between the two of these products, and even though they look similar, there's a lot of differences. And just in life in general, it's amazing how just subtle little differences on the atomic scale that we can't see can really make big impacts on the longevity of your wax dipping or a lot of different things. So anyways, I just thought I'd share with you, we got this load right here of about a little under 700 pounds of paraffin and microcrystalline. We'll be doing more wax dipping in the future, but hopefully not on too many of these hot days, but we'll get this unloaded. Thanks for watching these videos.